So for external rotation, hip external rotation from a 90-90 position, a kinetic stretch is where I'm going to use the regressive tissue, so the rails tissue, that's this shortened tissue at the top, to pull myself down into a stretch. And then I'm going to use the progressive tissue, that's the lengthened tissue underneath, to drive myself back up to the top. So I'm always working under load. Therefore, I don't have a rest break at the bottom or at the top. I'm either using this tissue to pull myself down or using this tissue to push myself back up. So, isometrically contracting the tissue while moving in and out of this position. Back stays nice and straight. I want to aim my chest towards my front knee. So I don't want to be rounding or flexing my spine at any point. So how far you can go down depends on your range of motion, but you don't want to be cheating by rounding the spine to try and get lower down towards that front leg. So the kind of beginner version or easiest position is to have your fingers on the floor, so like fingers on the floor. Then we can make this harder by removing our hands. So we can cross them over our chest, hands into fist, or I can take them here, out to the side. I can take them here in front of me, or the hardest one is up overhead, as long as you can keep that back nice and straight all the way down. So I'm just gonna do today's one with my fingers down by my side. I'm gonna rotate my torso, so my knees in front of my chest. And I'm gonna make sure my whole leg is on the floor. If your external rotation range isn't that great and your knee is up here, you can use a rolled up towel, like a bath towel or a yoga block, to pop it under this front knee so it's kind of flat to a surface. You don't want it to be off the floor like this, otherwise it's not going to be very comfortable. So first of all, to feel what the regressive tissue kind of feels like on that pull, just lean back and lift your leg off the floor. You should be feeling all of this stuff contracting. That's what we want to feel when we pull ourselves down into this stretch. And then it's all of the underside tissue as I drive myself out of this position. So think kind of max effort to pull yourself down, straight into max effort to push yourself back up. Don't stop pushing at the top, because you're going to go straight back into pull, straight into push, into pull, into push. So I'm not going to have any chance to rest. And we're going to do about 4 reps. So we're going to go about 5-second count down and about a 5-second count up. So try and time it so you reach your end range by 5 seconds, and then push up for 5 seconds, reaching your end range, straight into pull. So we're going to isometrically contract this part of the leg first, as if I'm trying to lift it up off the floor. So once I've got that, I'm going to go into max effort and use this tissue to pull myself down, trying to keep my chest out, my back straight. Once I get down to the bottom, I'm going to use my progressive tissue to drive into the floor. So I'm pushing my whole leg down into the floor to come back up. Immediately switch to regressive tissue. All of this stuff, I'm trying to lift my leg up towards my chest, all the way down as hard as I can, straight into progressive tissue. I'm driving that leg into the floor, all the way up. So I'm going to pull myself down. Pull, 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 pull. Think hard as I can. Keeping that back nice and straight, all the way down. Then I'm going to drive that leg into the floor as hard as I can, all the way back up. We're going to do one more. I'm going to pull myself down. Use everything that you've got. Pull that leg up towards your chest, all the way down. I'm going to smash that leg into the floor really hard, all the way up to the top, and then I can relax. So that's your kinetic stretch for hip external rotation in a 90-90. Make sure that you don't hold your breath, just keeping those chest breaths going. We're not in a relaxed state, so just short, sharp breaths all the way through until you finish.